So a lot of people ask, what has been one of the most challenging things?
We talked about that.
Nope.
Yes, we did.
You didn't let me finish my damn question.
Okay, continue.
Jesus, this is what I gotta put up with. This is it right here.
That's the most difficult thing.
Yes. So people ask, what is one of the most difficult things about moving from location to location, and how do we figure out where we're gonna go next? And so this is something that we're dealing with today. So what would you say is the most difficult part about choosing where we're going to go and stay, and for how long, and all that good stuff?
Well, first of all, it depends on where we want to go and the things that we want to do, and making sure that it's accessible, that the parks are actually open in the area that we want to go to, that the parks are allow our RVs as big as ours. Also that they allow pets. What else? What else was I dealing with it today?
Well, a lot of parks where we're at right now, we're in the Northeast, and a lot of parks aren't even open because of the weather. It's cold, and it's just not their season, so a lot of them would rather just shut down. So that's a challenge.
Oh, it's also a challenge that even if they're open, some parks don't have water at their site. Well, not at the time, because the pipes freeze. So you have to make sure that you fill up your tanks once you get into the park. And if you run out of water, then you gotta figure it out.
Yeah, so we ran out of water, and we've been here for 9-10 days, I guess, and we ran out of water last night. And there's showers at the park, but the problem is for cooking and for dishes and the bathroom and stuff, we don't have water. And so
in 2 miles, use the left lane to take exit 34 I-84 east toward Connecticut 2 East Hartford, New London.
Thanks. Okay, so we have to either move our rig and go fill up water, or we need to go somewhere else. And for us, we'd rather just go somewhere else, because if we gotta pack up, which we have to do to go fill up for water, we'd just rather go to another location, experience somewhere new. So there's a lot of challenges, but I definitely think figuring out where you're gonna stay is one of the biggest challenges. And a lot of these parks also, the price is a huge challenge.
Correct. I mean, it varies. It can go from like $25, which is the cheapest I have found, to $65, and that can add up really quick.
Yeah, I mean, much more, and more than $65. A lot of these parks as well. But our max we like to spend is $35 a night, and that's pushing it for full hookups. I really don't like to spend that amount, but in some places, like where we are right now, there's no parks in the area. This was pretty much our only choice, and it ended up being a great park. Location's awesome, but $35 a night, you do the math, and it ends up being a very pricey visit. So a lot of people want to know, how do we find the campground we're going to stay at? And I think we use a couple of different tools. And for me, my favorite tool is All Stays. It's an app. It's $9.99, but it's worth it. It seems to be the most comprehensive list of different campgrounds and overnight places to stay. So All Stays is definitely the best, and you can put in your criteria, the height, length of your rig. You can put in full hookups, or if you're just looking for boondocking, the price. You can put in find Walmarts for overnight parking, and truck stops, which is helpful for us when we're trying to even get I like all stays.
One difficult thing about like finding these campgrounds is that some of them don't allow for you to make reservations online. So you gotta call. So if you don't call within the hours that the offices are open, then you're kind of screwed. You can make a reservation. And even when they have websites where you can make your reservations, they're not very user friendly. So every website is different. Some of them are really, really easy to use, and some of them are really more complicated. So that's a challenge.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I like, personally, I like to stay at state or county parks. They are the best value, and you usually get a lot of, nature and wilderness at those parks, and they are, much less expensive. But in the Northeast right now, they're a challenge to find and stay at because of the time of year. But when we're in South Florida or in Florida in general, those are a good bet, and we've stayed at mostly, state, county, or city parks, and those are awesome. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of resources, Googling, and you want to read reviews, you want to find out as much information before you actually commit to a park. And we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants right here. We don't make plans in advance, and that's kind of what we like about the RV lifestyle, is not making plans in advance. So we don't like to be committed, because if something cool happens, then we're not committed, and we can move around. Or if you don't like an area, or if you do like an area, then you have the opportunity to stay longer, because you're not committed at another campground. You didn't already reserve somewhere else. So a lot of campgrounds have cancellation fees or modification fees. So a lot of times you can modify a reservation, but some you can't. And so you got to look at those different things before booking somewhere. But we like to try to just figure out where the area that we want to go next, and then search that area for the most convenient, but yes, best price campground in that area.
Yeah, just make sure that when you're reading reviews or when you're looking at the ratings, you make sure that those apply to you. For example, if you're into mountain biking or surfing, when you're reading reviews in a park, make sure that they apply to you and the kind of things that you like to do.
Yep, because there are parks, that have all these amenities, like a swimming pool and, a pool table, or, outdoor activities and things, which myself, I don't care about. Caro, I don't think cares about it either.
No.
So, you got all these different amenities, and some people might love that if you have a family, but for us, we want nature, we want more space, things like that. So you also want to look, for us, I mean, it's important that we have Wi-Fi, it's important that we have cell phone service, connectivity. So those are all really important things when we're looking for a campground. We want to make sure that we're going to be connected.
Correct. And also that they allow doggies, because we have 2 dogs, so want to make sure that they allow them.
And finally, a lot of people ask us, how long we tend to stay at a campground. We went into this wanting to not be in a rush and stay at places for a longer period of time. I know there's a lot of people that really enjoy, just constantly being on the road and traveling and seeing things. But for us, we work every day, so we kind of want to be planted. So that's one thing. The second thing is you can't experience a town, a city, anything in just a few days. I mean, never mind a few weeks. So, ideally, we would like to stay in an area for around 2 weeks on average. We've done mostly like a week to 10 days in places, but 2 weeks is, I think, a good amount of time. It's not too long, not too short. You get to get a really good feel for the area, and if you love the area, the weather like to, if the campground's good and stuff, 2 weeks I think is a really good time frame where you get to experience an area. And for us, like I said, we work every day, so it's not like we're on vacation and can just take like a 2-week vacation and go explore every day. That would be great, but when you're working, you have limited time to go out and do adventures and experience that area. So that's for us, but I know there's other people that are just like, every 2 days they're on the road. And we also, when we purchased our rig, our Road Warrior, we went as big as you could go for many reasons. One of them being that we wanted to have a house-like feeling, so that we were comfortable and, we didn't feel like we were camping. We felt like we were at home, and it was comfortable to stay in an area for extended periods of time. And, we're doing this with no end game in sight. Like, we are full-time RV and don't plan on going back to a house. We love this lifestyle, and I think, having a rig that has a lot of the things that a house does is important in making that an extended thing, something that's going to last a long period of time. Because for me, I need space. If I was crouching to like get to drawers and cabinets, and I didn't have enough space to put my gear and all that, like, it wouldn't be as enjoyable for me. So I love our rig that we have so much space. Now, obviously there's pros and cons to having a big rig. Big rigs can't go into every park. They're harder to drive. It sucks more fuel. It is more stressful to tow. And there's more maintenance. There's more things to worry about. So pros and cons, but like I said, I mean, it's nice to feel like home when you are somewhere. You're gonna feel really comfortable. You can spread out and not be cramped, and it's not like we have to convert. It's not like we have convertible space where, like, the one living area is your kitchen, your family room, everything. Like, we really have space. We have a garage. We have an area for the dogs. We have 2 patios, which was big for us, to have that outdoor space, extended space. Having the toy hauler is just, I absolutely love it.
Oh, same here. I love my kitchen.
Thanks for joining us on our monthly episode. If you guys have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them below, and we can answer them or address them on a future video.